Good morning. It is Saturday, almost 7 o'clock, and I'm going to bring you along for a weekend training for my Ironman. I'm just about to eat breakfast here. I got my Element tea pack because I like to get this in before I go out for a workout, typically the harder workouts. And my run's gonna be a harder workout. So after I eat, which is 5 eggs, 4 slices of turkey bacon, and what I decided to do was add in a extra protein source. So I added in turkey bacon. I just ran out. I'll probably end up buying some more. I don't know what I'm gonna buy, just maybe spur of the moment, whatever I feel like buying. And then I'll eat that for the week, but I just think it's good to get that extra protein in. But this is what I got for breakfast, and then let it settle in, and then we'll head out for a run, and I'll update you there, and we'll bring you along for what, I don't know what a typical weekend looks like, but a weekend training for an Ironman. I just came up with my own run workout that I'm gonna do, so I'm planning on doing a 10-minute warm-up, and then I'm gonna do a 5-minute hard with 2-minute easy, and then I'll repeat that. I think it's 5 times, and then I'll finish with I think 15 minutes steady pace, so a little bit faster than easy, and then I'll finish with whatever's left to get back home at an easy pace, so about 10 minutes. The plan is to do about 70 minutes. I'm planning on doing a little bit of a harder run today, and then I'll take it easy tomorrow on the run. I haven't ran in a few days, so that's kind of the main reason why I'm planning on doing a harder run today and then easy run tomorrow. But I'm a little cold right now. It's 48 outside. Hopefully the sun's peeking out. Hopefully it's not too cold out there, but we'll see how it goes, and I'll update you after. Just got in. It was a good run overall. It took me about 20 to 30 minutes to actually get warm. The sun was peeking behind clouds, so it was a little bit chilly. But once I actually did get warm, it felt like my muscles were really tight and tense, and that was kind of throughout all the hard segments. But overall, it was a good run. Went for about 75 minutes, just under 75, 9.3 miles. And my times for like my hard segments is right in line with what I was hoping to see. My main goal is to be able to improve my overall speed so I can get faster and maintain that fast pace at a longer distance. Basically what I was at for my hard pace today is what I was seeing during my marathon training. So it's good to be able to be back to where I was. And for my steady pace, I was there. My easy pace, I can always hit. So I think it's just focusing on how fast I can run and being able to maintain that for a longer distance period of time. But right now, gonna have a snack, oatmeal with some extra stuff in there, and then Costco run, bike ride later, and that should be pretty much it on the agenda for today. So one thing that I actually did start to do once I moved here is incorporating more strength, because over the last 10 to 15 years, working out has been a huge part of my identity, and I can't really remember the last time I really took time off the gym. And now that I'm here, my main focus is run, bike, swim. So I'm like, I'm not gonna join a gym, I'm just gonna focus on that. So one thing that I started doing and incorporating in my daily activities is 50 push-ups, 10 handstand push-ups, 50 crunches, and 50 leg raises, just to give me some strength. And I feel like over this next 3 months, it's probably not gonna happen. It just seems like just the thought that you have once you start working out, you're like, I'm gonna lose all my muscle. So it's just kind of something to keep me going. And it's like, so I don't quote unquote lose all my muscle mass that I have built up over these last 10 to 15 years. It might not be much, but it's something, and it's like, I don't really want to lose it. So I want to try and at least try and preserve it in some sense. So that's how I plan on doing that, is with these daily routines. And this is the first time I've started to track how much I spend. I never really had to because I lived at home and I just kind of paid. But this is the first time I've tracked how much I'm actually spending. I'm spending so much more than I anticipated. I think I'm over $600 on the month already. Still have 10 days left. I'm hoping what I have will get me through for the rest of the month. So on average, I'm probably spending about $600 to $700. It's probably a mix of the quality and of food that I'm eating and also inflation, and I'm also eating a lot. But got my eggs. Always got to get the eggs in. Got 48 eggs. That'll get me through a couple weeks. Not really. I eat 5 a day. Oats. These are a nice snack. Fairly healthy. Clean ingredients. So I got the wisps. I got this nut zero. I use that to dip my carrots in. Got mushrooms. I got bacon. I got steak. And then I got chicken. So I'm pretty sure I'll be covered for the rest of the month, but this is kind of a shock to see exactly how much I'm spending each month on groceries, and it's a lot more than I expected. I was thinking I was going to be around 500-ish, but turns out I'm about $600 to $700, so a couple of $100 more than I expected. But I do eat a lot. I think I've been averaging probably close to 4,000 calories a day here, so I do eat quite a bit. And I also do want to get good quality ingredients in me to help replenish and recover with that. So yeah, spending a lot more on groceries than I anticipated. I got my lunch here. I'm a bit annoyed at myself because I took my bike off the trainer, and apparently my chain is just so messed up right now. And I tried to fix it, didn't fix it, so I'm gonna have to try and fix it after this. But I got my lunch here, a little bit of quinoa I ran out, and then I cooked some wild rice, and then I got sardines, and then I got Brussels sprouts. And hopefully I can fix this bike chain. I'm getting covered in grease and already cleaned off twice, but hopefully I can fix it. Maybe it'd take me like 3 more hours, but once I fix that, we'll go out on a bike ride. Hopefully before the sun sets, but we'll find out. Well, that was extremely annoying and time consuming. I finally got it. It took me, I think, over an hour. I'm so bad at bike mechanics and all that shit, and just even changing the back tire. And that's how it happened. I was trying to put the back tire on, taking it off the trainer, and then all of a sudden, massive loops everywhere. But we got it. But since it took so long, I was planning on doing like a 90-ish minute ride. It's 2:30 now, and then by the time I get back home, it's basically gonna be dinner. So I'm bringing snacks with me on the road so I can snack while I'm doing it. And so I'm just not coming home, snacking dinner, and then maybe even more snacks because I gotta hit my calories on the day. So I'm bringing some macadamia nuts, Brazil nuts, and some dried figs on this ride. And I feel like I'm gonna go a little bit extra just because I'm annoyed at that. So gotta let a bit of steam out and do some extra miles on the bike. But I think I'm gonna aim for 90 minutes minimum, but we'll see how it goes. It's just gonna be an easy stroll. I have a route where I go there and back. It's about 25 miles, and then I'm probably gonna have to do a little bit extra on top of that to hit 90. But bringing some snacks because, man, that's so annoying. But I got it. So we're gonna head out on hopefully it doesn't break or anything like that, but it looks good. But we're gonna head out and aim for a 90-minute ride here. Well, that was a very easy, modest ride like I anticipated. Did a few extra bonus miles at the end there, and I kind of wish that I looked at my watch before I came back and finished, because I was about 20 seconds shy of an hour and 40 minutes, and then I was 0.5 miles shy of 30 miles, so it would have been just nice to maybe hit 30 miles. But I didn't look at it until I got back. It was overall fairly easy, just what I anticipated. My chain was fine. It kind of fixed itself. I don't know what happened. So where it shifts, goes back and forth to go up and down the gears or the cassette, whatever it is. It wouldn't go as low as it could. It would like stop right at the middle. And then I was like, damn, gonna have to try and fix that later. But it ended up fixing itself, which is good. I was just going, and then all of a sudden it just jumped to the bottom. I'm like, okay, that works. But yeah, overall, fairly easy and modest ride here. Gonna have a few snacks before dinner, and sucks that I messed up my chain. My fingers are still covered in grease. We'll get that fixed. But as I anticipated, fairly easy, modest ride. I did one kind of sprint on a climb. It was like a 15-second climb, so nothing too crazy. Other than that, I was just kind of chilling, fairly, like I said, easy ride. And that's pretty much it for today, just those two. And then tomorrow I plan on doing the full 3. Gonna eat dinner and rest up for tomorrow. Wrapping up the day here, we got beans, mushrooms, potatoes, and chicken. And I forgot to say this after my bike ride, but bike rides outside go by so much faster than Zwift rides. I feel like that only felt like a 30-minute Zwift ride. There's like a 3-to-1 exchange ratio, conversion rate on outdoor rides versus indoor rides. Indoor rides, they just go by so slow. But wrapping up the day here, we got dinner, and pretty much it's tough to track the calories because the Apple Watch doesn't track outdoor rides properly, and it calculates way too many calories. So I'm thinking I'm hitting around the right amount of calories, but this is it on today, and we'll be catching you tomorrow bright and early, tomorrow at the pool. Tomorrow, I keep saying tomorrow. Be catching you tomorrow morning in the pool. Sunday morning, it's raining. It's about 8 o'clock. It wasn't supposed to rain this morning. When I looked at the forecast, it was supposed to be at night, which I guess is fine as long as it stops before and dries up, because it's not going to be raining during the bike ride later on today. So we're going to be jumping in the pool. Don't really have an exact plan on what we're going to do. Just going to go for 45 to 60 minutes, do a warm-up, do maybe some drills mixed in there, and then maybe some speed sets. Not too many, just because the Tuesday and Friday workouts, those are typically those speed workouts that I focus on. So that's where I mainly focus on speed. And then these ones are mainly drills and trying to improve my form and technique and get better at gliding through the water. So I'm gonna jump in the water here and get going. It's not too bad. It's like 55 out. And once I get in the pool, I'll be fine and get going. So we're gonna hop in, get some laps in here in the rain. Well, the rain kind of puts a damper in all my weekend plans here. I'll update you a little bit more when I get home, but for this swim, I did a 1,000-yard warm-up. I was filming a little bit, so I was like in and out of the pool. And then between 1,000 and 2,000 yards, I did some drills, mixed in some speed laps. I was gonna say speed sets, speed laps. And then after that, I said, I'm gonna wait till I get to 2,000 yards, and once I get to 2,000 yards, I'll fly the drone. And it was at around 1,600 yards. I was looking at it, and it wasn't really raining. And I was like, maybe I should just do it now. And I was like, no, I gotta wait till 2,000. So then I waited to 2,000, and then the rain started picking up. And then, unfortunately, I wasn't able to fly the drone. I just kept doing extra laps, and I was like, I'll do more laps, and then I'll see if it slows down. Unfortunately, it never slowed down, so I never got drone footage of me swimming. But I got some footage of me on the camera, which is fine. So I'll update you a little bit more once I get home, but the rain does put a little bit of damper into my plans for training this weekend. So I forget if I mentioned this or not, so I'm gonna say it anyways, but I swam for 2,900 yards. It was about 60 minutes, and some of that was me filming, so about 60 minutes, 2,900 yards, but the rain really puts a damper in my plans because I was planning on doing a 2 to 3 hour bike ride and then a short run afterwards. But now that it's raining, and what I heard was in Arizona they don't have good, I guess you could call it filtration, just because it's a lot of sand and there's not a lot of dirt and grass that can soak up the water, so it tends to flood quite a bit and quite easily. So it's been raining quite a bit. It doesn't look like it's raining as much right now. Hopefully I'll be able to go out and get a bike ride in, but if it starts to get too late, I'm gonna have to hop on the trainer, which sucks because I'm terrible at taking the back tire off, and I just struggled with the chain yesterday. Don't want to have to go through that again. And then I have to take it off, put it back on, take it off. So this rain does put a little bit of a damper in my plans, but finished up my swim. I'm gonna try and eat more during the day and not backloaded on the end, because I've been waking up in the middle of the night with an upset stomach, and it's just, I don't know what it is, if I'm eating too much too late at night and it's just not sitting well in my stomach, and I'm just, and then I just lay in bed and I can't fall back asleep, and it's just like, it hurts. So I'm not sure if I ate some bad food or what it is, or if I'm just eating too much too late. So I'm gonna try and switch that up a little bit and see if that helps. So I'm gonna try and eat as much as possible right now before I get to the end of the day and it comes to dinner and I'm eating like 1,000, 1,500 calories in a short period of time right before bed, and then I'm just laying in bed at night, unable to sleep because my stomach hurts. So that's the plan for today. Hopefully I'll be able to get outside and run and bike, but if not, I'm gonna have to throw it on the trainer. I might take down the time that I was gonna spend biking if I do go on the trainer, just because it sucks going on the trainer. But that's gonna be the plan for today, and I'll update you when I bike probably. Well, this is how much I dislike changing my back tire, putting it back on, taking it off, putting it on the trainer, doing all that jazz. I'm gonna be attempting to bike outside. I don't really have a route that's gonna get me to my desired time of 2 to 3 hours. So it's gonna be a lot of trial and error, going down the path and then seeing if I can find a road. I found, I think, a road that I seen someone else do. We'll see if it works and if I'm able to get to it. But yeah, I'm eating lunch right now, and then after I eat, I'm gonna head out. I got steak, beans, mushrooms, potatoes. I switched up when I eat my dinner and lunch because my lunch is a little bit lighter usually. And like I was saying, I'm feeling it right now where it just hurts. I don't know what it is. If I ate something bad, but yeah, I'm gonna be attempting to ride outside. It's like spinning a little bit, doesn't look too bad. But hopefully I'll be able to, at least, it's gonna probably just be another chill ride, but gonna aim for 2 to 3 hours, and then once I get back, change quickly, maybe grab a snack or something, and then head out for a easy run, maybe 30-ish to 45 minutes. Nothing too crazy, but yeah, that's gonna be the plan here. Eat this, and then we're gonna head out. Well, I'm a bit cold, so I threw on my long sleeve. I feel like it looks a little bit funny. It's pretty long, and I got short shorts. Or the shorts are actually pretty short, not really short shorts, but I feel like it won't look as funny once I get going and I'm riding. It still looks wet outside, but I don't think it's raining, so it should be fine. I'm bringing a snack with me. I got Brazil nuts, I got figs, apricots, and almonds, just to get some of those calories in. So like I said, not pushing it all to right before bedtime and trying to space it out throughout the day, but we're gonna head out. Hopefully it's not too bad and we're able to get a good 2 to 3 hours in here. That was an absolute adventure. I was super happy I wore this long sleeve because I would have been freezing otherwise. I'm covered in dirt right now. I I feel like I probably got to take a shower with my bike because I don't have a hose and just everything is dirty. But I'm gonna get changed really quickly, head on a short, quick run because really don't feel like doing it. And then I'll update you after that. Oh man, I don't even know where to begin because I want to cover everything. So I'll start with the weather. When I look back a day or a couple days ago, it projected or forecasted that it was only supposed to rain in the afternoon, like around 4 or 5-ish. So I was thinking I was going to get all my workouts in before the actual rain came. And then this morning came, went to the pool, it's raining, looked at the weather app, and it said it was only going to rain for another hour. And it's been raining pretty much all day. It stopped basically when I was eating lunch and right before I went out. And I would say it rained for about 80% of that ride, which I'm not mad about. And it didn't suck. It was just how dirty I got. And then coming back, I was just all dirty. I had to wash my bike, wash myself, and just worry about getting dirt everywhere. So that was the only crappy part that I wasn't a big fan of it. And I think dirt getting everywhere in my chain, in my bike, in the drivetrain or whatever it's called, the cassette. So I wasn't too mad about the rain. It was just like another obstacle. It's just something that if I can train for it, it gives me the opportunity, because when come race day, I don't know the variables that are going to happen. So if it is raining on race day, I have one day of training under my belt of training outside in the rain. So I'm not too upset about that. I think it was worth not having to deal with taking my bike off, the tire, the wheel, and then put it on the trainer and then putting it back on tomorrow. I think it was worth it. But on that ride, I think I got lost about 5 times. It took me about an hour to actually get to the road that I was trying to find. And one of the roads that I took leading up to it, I was on it for probably about 5 miles. And I don't think I should have been on it. I was not comfortable being on that road. It was really thin. It did have a sign near the end saying share the road with bikers. So I was like, I guess I can be on here. But there was no shoulder. It was a lot of turns, a decent speed limit. I think it was like 45 miles per hour. So it was a little sketchy and a little uncomfortable. And I was like sitting up the whole time. I wasn't going too fast or anything on that section. But I was there for a good five-ish miles there. But finally turned off, and then I got on the road, and then when I got on the road, it took me about 60 minutes because I got lost quite a few times. Sidewalk was closed, which I can get into later. And then I got on the road, spent about 10 minutes going out west, and then I turned around because that was about 70 minutes total on the bike, and I'm like, okay, I'll just double this, and then that should be a decent time heading back. So I turned around, and then I spent about the next 45 minutes coming east off that road, and I was able to basically take that road all the way there, or all the way back, and then there was just basically one bike path all the way back here. But the reason I didn't take that bike path out was because it's blocked off and it says sidewalk closed. So when I came back coming home, it said sidewalk closed, and I'm like, I'll be the judge of that. So I went down that sidewalk, and it was good for a bit, and then all of a sudden the sidewalk just disappeared, and I'm riding on dirt for, I don't know, it was like on and off and on and off and on and off, and I was just riding on dirt. I'm like, this sucked, but it's the easiest way home, so I ended up taking that way. Finally got home. I think it was about 2 hours and 20-ish minutes, 2 hours, 30 minutes, somewhere in that range, just under 40 miles. It wasn't anything too crazy. It felt like I was going a lot slower. It felt like I was going uphill, and I'm really surprised by the elevation gain. So I'm not sure if the elevation gain is just how far I went from the lowest to the highest, or if that's how much I actually went, because it said I only had 400 feet, which I was surprised, because that 45 minutes that I was talking about when I was coming home, it basically felt like I was going uphill that whole time. Either that, or I was just maybe going into the wind, or maybe like there was dirt in my, what's it called? The chain, and that was causing me to go slower. So I don't really know what it was. Maybe it was the rain, I don't know, mixture of a whole bunch of different factors, but it felt like I was going uphill the whole time. So I was kind of surprised when I saw 400 feet of elevation. But yeah, so I took that sidewalk home, And then I finally got home, and then, yeah, it was just a mess. So covered in dirt, had to shower, clean everything off, clean the bike. And then when I went out for the run, it continued raining. It seemed like it was pouring more, but it was good effort in for the rain. My effort, it was rather easy. My legs just felt like jello. And I don't know, I've been having this issue like right at the top of my calf, and I noticed it right when I started running for like the first 5 minutes. And I usually notice it on the bike, but I noticed it on the run. So I went out, just an easy 30-minute run, just there, back, and came back, showered, cleaned up, and now we're here. We got dinner, broccoli, wild rice, and sardines. A little bit lighter than my typical dinner, so hopefully this will help with my stomach. I haven't been feeling like that upset, whatever, hurt, pain, whatever it is, since the bike ride. So hopefully I'll be fine tonight when I go to sleep. But that was a very interesting day. The rain definitely made this very interesting and put a damper in my actual plans on what I wanted to do. I still did it, but to a lesser effort or degree, I guess you could say. But overall, this was a weekend training for my Ironman. If you enjoyed it, glad you enjoyed it, I guess. I don't really know what to say to that, but if you do enjoy and want to tag along, I'll be trying to document my journey here in Tucson as much as possible. And then when I do head home, I'll be continuing my journey on my first Ironman, which is in July. I think that's about 7-ish months away from here, maybe 6. So we still got a little bit of time left, but might have to start picking it up soon because my legs were feeling like jello off the bike and on the run. But thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.